This is Blind Metal Gamer, and this is my review of EA Sports UFC 4's accessibility.
And coming up next, it's a UFC welterweight division matchup.
Hello everyone, it's Blind Metal Gamer here, and it's time for another PS4 game topic video. Today I'm going to be discussing EA Sports UFC 4 and its accessibility features for players with disabilities. You're probably wondering, Blind Metal Gamer, what inspired you to do this? Well, obviously I'm visually impaired, and I wanted to discuss this game's accessibility, or rather lack thereof. So this is a review of the game's accessibility as a whole. So without any further ado, let's get started. As you can see, this game, you're seeing the fight here that ended rather quickly, but you're going to find out the lack of accessibility in this game is staggering. I mean, it only has a couple things that I can tell, which are large text in limited spots, and that's really about it. I mean, there's no menu narration for the blind. There's no option to enlarge all text. I know personally that when I'm creating a fighter, I have trouble with the names. Menu narration would very much help this. Also, another thing that I do notice with the accessibility is when you go online, your assist for submission holds and whatnot is not there, so that's kind of a bummer. That is a bummer. That needs to change. Let's see. Other accessibility features that are not in the game. No menu narration. No assist mode grapple controls online. Also, EA, what the hell were you thinking? You have no simplified controls for players with motor disabilities? I mean, hell, to do a submission, you have to hit L2, L1, right stick. You know, what if a player has a severe motor disability and can't do all that? What if someone has cerebral palsy and can't do all that? You need simplified controls for online and offline play. Then you need menu narration throughout the whole game for players who might be blind or visually impaired. Let's see. Then there is, let's see, no menu narration, no simplified controls, enlarging the text. EA, come on. You have enlarged text in only part of the screen of the thing. You don't even have an accessibility suite for your options. I didn't even see it. I looked, and I didn't see anything about accessibility. EA, what were you thinking with this? Were you wanting to rush this out and, oh, let's get it out in the players' heads? But by the UFC, I think it was 253 or so, or whenever the last one was, back in August of last year, because that's when this came out. I mean, come on, EA. You can make Madden and your other sports games accessible. Why can't you make UFC accessible? I mean, come on, there's no excuse. You have the money and the resources to do it. Do it. So now I've done bitched and ranted. I'm going to discuss the features that need to be in this game, desperately as far as accessibility are concerned. I mentioned them in the rant, but now I'm going to discuss why they need to be there. We're going to start with what I'm familiar with, menu narration and enlarged text. Menu narration needs to be there. Obviously, if you have a player that's totally blind that can't see the screen, how are they going to know, how is he or she going to know where they're at on screen? This menu narrator needs to apply to all in-game menus, character select screen menus, move lists, etc. And this would really help players who are blind and visually impaired with menu navigation, learning moves and all that. Then the next thing that kind of branches off of that is enlarged text. I know that, I'm fully aware that I'm sure EA has to pour their resources and top dollar into marketing and all that, and I get that. I get there's licensing for these games. I totally get it. But if you could have took the time to either put the menu narrator in at launch or maybe at least patch these features in EA. Menu narrator, enlarged text, let's see, that simplified control scheme we talked about. Maybe instead of hitting all those buttons for a submission, maybe when you get them in the right position, hit up, down, left, right on the right stick, or something like that. Or it'll transition into it automatically. I mean, because I'm sure there are players with cerebral palsy or other medical conditions that give them motor disabilities. And they can't do all those button combos. It's harder for them. I know that there's one-handed controllers and all that, but I'm talking make the game accessible from the start, EA. That's what I was wanting here. Make the game accessible. That's all I'm asking. Is either patch these features in, or in EA Sports UFC 5, be conscientious and get an accessibility team together and get it done, because this needs to be done. So, we covered menu narration, enlarged text, and simplified controls. The last thing I want to touch on here is the assist grapple system. I think they should put that in your online game as well, because that would really help as far as people, like I said, with motor disabilities. It would help people who need it be able to get submissions, get clinches, etc. So EA, in closing and in this end of this video here, all I'm asking you to do is get the game accessible. Do what you have to do to patch in these features, or if you can't get them in this time, put them in EA Sports UFC 5. That's all I'm asking. I mean, I love the game, don't get me wrong, the game is great. I enjoy getting my butt kicked online. I enjoy going online for a fight and, losing, within the first round. The point of that is this. If you would give it more accessibility features, more players with disabilities would want to play your game. Now, if anyone in the comments can tell me if I'm overlooking the accessibility, then you please let me know. Because if that's the case, I need to look at that menu and see what it's all about. So, with that being said, this has been my EA Sports UFC 4 accessibility review and rant combo. So, give me your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think this game is accessible enough for players with disabilities, or do you think there needs to be more work done? I want you all to enjoy the remainder of this EA Sports UFC 4 gameplay. Leave your comments in the comment section below, and please keep them respectful and clean, and be kind towards others. Until next time, I've been your host in the video, Blind Metal Gamer, saying, so long everyone, and peace out.